Hello YouTube. In this video, I will be scrapping this CyberPower backup unit here. So I've already removed all the screws, so you can see the cover is very loose. But it was pretty simple on the back here. There's just a whole bunch of screws that I just popped off, and once that was done, now the cover comes right off. So these backup battery units are pretty good value. They have a nice lead acid battery in them, so they'll have good scrap value instantly, especially if you can get these for free, which I did at a pickup from a local business. So the first thing to do is just to pop off the cover. So as you can see, it comes off nicely. That big one here is the sealed lead acid battery. And here's a nice big transformer. Here these are just some heat sinks with some wires connected to them. So the first thing you want to do is use your wire cutter and just free up some of the wires that you can spot that hold these two parts together. These are pretty thick wires, so they're pretty heavy and worth a decent amount of cash. And this is a fairly small unit. There's a lot bigger ones, especially if you get them in rack-mounted servers. Those tend to be a lot more bulkier and larger and are worth a lot more money. They even have multiple batteries in one unit that are like this size, so, you know, this is just something small in comparison to what it could be. So now I got this part separated. Before we get on to the good parts, let's just work on this top unit here. So all we gotta do is just remove some screws here. Let's just put this to the side here. And I'm just popping off all those screws. There we go. So now this comes right off. There's some plastic. I like to check for any kind of battery, actually plastic codes. There appears to be none, so this is just garbage. However, if you do see like an ABS or PC, which is two types of plastic, those are number 7 type plastics, so those can be recycled. Just put a label on them if they don't have a recycling symbol on them. It's easy, just get a piece of label and write it out on a Sharpie, or just like write on the plastic, or you can just write it on the Sharpie. Instead of using a Sharpie, you can just use an ordinary pen and just write it on a label and stick it on there and put it in your recycle bin. That way they'll know. So here, it's just a piece of wire. I don't know why I showed that for too long, but anyway, yeah, there's a nice piece of brass that I just popped off. Let me just position it downward so you can see. Here there appears to be more wire that are holding down a piece of brass. It's done, and we got another piece of brass. So the nice thing about this one is that they all come off really easily. So it looks like there's a piece of plastic that's holding this in place, so we should be able to just pop that out. There we go. Another piece of brass. So we got 3 nice long sheets of brass, and that's just one side. We still got the other side. So in other ways, sorry about all this filler words, but I can't think of what to say. Just saying it off the hook. Anyway, what I was going to say is that it's going to be the same on this side. However, let's go ahead and pop this off. This little low-grade circuit board. In my scrapyard, they pay about 5 cents or so a pound, but they only pay with check, and they round to the nearest dollar. So yeah, you can lose a lot of money, or you can get a lot of money depending on your situation. In this case, I sold 20 pounds in a small little box the other day, and I only made $1. So, you know, it was actually more than 20 something, so it's really more like 21 pounds, but because they had to tear off the box, which was 2 extra pounds. So instead of making $1.05, I made only $1. So best try to bring in a large amount of low-grade circuit boards than just a little bit, because you won't be able to make much money. So here, there's some more wiring, and a low-grade circuit board with 2 little LEDs on them. So that can easily go into my low-grade, nothing to depopulate there. And here, we got ourselves a switch. A reset button switch specifically. Might be able to use this in some kind of momentary switch in a project or something, but I'll probably just get the silver out of it. There should be 2 parts to this switch. A plunger that has another piece that bridges the terminals on these 2. So anyway, nice little silver piece there. And I don't really need to take this part apart very much because it's just ordinary. Same thing on the other side. So I'm just going to go ahead and snip these wires, and I'll show you at the end of how much I got. So put this to the side. Let's get to the goodies. And by the way, the case on this piece here does not say the type of plastic. It's most likely polycarbonate or PC, which I'll just label as number 7, but I'm not so sure. So this will just go to the trash. So yeah, this one was actually working. However, these have really low ratings and they don't really do a very good job. Apparently, they break a lot. So I decided not to use it. So definitely try to see if they work. There's a bug there. But anyway. So the first thing you want to do on this part is, by the way, you can see down here, that little red thing, that was actually the reset button that fell off. It's pretty silly. Anyway. So we're going to go ahead and remove this big bulky transformer that you can put in the transformer bucket, which is, you know, pretty good sized and pretty heavy, about as heavy as a microwave transformer. The typical microwave transformer is about that heavy as this one here. So I'm in a really awkward position right now, so it's really hard for me to actually talk. So on the other side of this transformer, you can see there's a whole bunch of wiring. So this wiring, I will just go ahead and get out my wire cutter and snip. See if this one will work. That works pretty well. There you go. Nice big bulky transformer. Probably weighs about 10 pounds. Nice big bulky transformer. So now the other big bulky thing, which is probably going to be really hard to pop out in this condition, but there are 2 terminals, here and here. I don't know where the other one is, but I'll go ahead and pop this main board out first, just to see. But look on there, and there's a little tiny little connector that you'd find on a motherboard. Those are pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use my wire cutter, wire cutter, but needle nose plier, and just loosen up all these screws. Let's just pop that out, and there you go. They're not on the other side, they're actually on the same side. So now I'm just going to go ahead and pull on this side here and the other, and there you go. Nice little lead acid battery that you can sell. These will sell with car batteries, so if you have other car batteries that you can find on the street when you're searching, or from contacts, definitely put them with the others, because these will sell. There's basically huge pieces of lead in here, and there's an electrolyte that allows the current to flow from the 2 terminals, is actually sulfuric acid, so don't open these up, they're very dangerous. But yeah, that's pretty much how they work on lead acid. They are sealed, but there are some cases where they actually leak, and if so, you probably want to wear some gloves. if you see any visible signs of leakage on the outside of your UPS that you're scrapping. So now it looks to be just a clip that fell off right there. Just pulled it right out, and looks like that held it in place. However, there appears to be one screw that I'll need to pop off there, but the screw is really small, so I'll need to use my red handled screwdriver. There you go. So there's some more plastic. Put that to the side, and there you go. Nice long low-grade board, power board kind of thing. Just gonna pop off any wires that easily come out. There you go. So there's not all of them, but there's another one. But anyway, so as you can see here, there's 3 relays, electrostatic relays I believe, that have a whole bunch of copper windings and some silver contacts. 2 phone jacks and just ordinary Ethernet connectors. I don't think they're probably modem and phone jack connectors. And of course you got yourself your external connector, which it does not say what kind it is. So I'm not so sure what that is, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. There's some nice gold pins in there. And this board has some chips on it. 3 on the left next to that one big connector, and that one main chip in the middle. And on the back, there's no kind of surface mount technology, so there's no MLCCs to really remove on this. Just some IC chips. 2 big ones and then 3 small ones. So anyway, also some nice aluminum there. Nice big blocks. But anyway, so that's pretty much all I have for you guys in that one unit. I'm gonna finish removing this front piece here. And when I do that, we'll go ahead and wrap up. So yeah, this is pretty much all we got here. A nice transformer, a lead acid battery, a whole bunch of wire, a switch, 2 pieces of low-grade board, some plastic there. In this plastic piece, you can see all the screws and the piece of steel. And in this other plastic thing, you can see all of the pieces of brass that we got. Don't forget the nice big power cord with the nickel coated brass prongs there. So actually I should have said prongs, but anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much all there is inside one of those UPS units. So yeah, I hope you found that video interesting, and if you liked it, like it, share it with your friends if you found it interesting or you want to make fun of me. I don't care. And subscribe for more content in the future from the Scrapman. So without further ado, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.